Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 India Edition, where we are witnessing what we've done in the last episode. We created the first cargo route via planes in the game, and it goes all the way from here, which transports goods and machines all the way over on a huge flight to Calcutta. Now it turns out, and this is absolutely wild, we make nearly 20 million if the plane is completely full. That is a lot of cash. It really is tremendous amounts of monies. Now what we're going to try and do, because this line makes good cash right now, it makes exceptionally high amounts of volumes of cash, we're going to try and secure this plane's route for being maxed out as much as possible. So what we need to make sure that we get set up is a bunch of cargo on this airport. We need so much cargo on here right now, and it needs to have a lot of goods and a lot of machines. Now in terms of machines, we kind of are slacking slightly on the old steel delivery, so we need to up the amount of steel that does get delivered. And on the machines, which comes from over here on these three factories, we need to up the amount of wood that gets delivered. So we're going to take a look at those two things and increasing the amount that gets delivered to the cargo airport so we can up the amount it makes. But also, the plane makes no money flying back. Now, when you look to where the airport exactly is situated, we could have one or two things being delivered. Either steel or Hyderabad right next door does require bricks. So does that little town over there. And that's pretty much it at the moment. Oh, that town up there as well. Oh, and this one. Okay, there's actually a few more. Now, bringing bricks will be the difficult one. It's actually probably the easiest one to acquire from where the airplanes take off in Calcutta, because we have a setup over there. But there's a lot more we have to build over here to get it all delivered. Now, that's not a problem. We can get it set up. But steel would be the better one because there's a lot more demand for it because of this factory. But bringing steel over to the airport is a different scenario altogether. Now, we do have a steel plant just there. We have a steel plant just over here. And the closest coal for that steel plant is just there. And the closest ore plant for it is... Do you know what? I don't think there's any ore in this region. Just quickly looking around right now. Where's the closest ore mine? I actually don't see one. There's not anywhere over here. There. Oh, here and here. So we could technically take ore from here to produce steel there, deliver it somehow to the airport, and then the planes will at least then be flying back with steel on board, which benefits the goods factory. You see where this is going? So that kills two birds with one stone. One, producing more steel and delivering it to the plant, and also making the planes fly back full. That is the game plan, boys. If we can do that, we are laughing all the way to the bank. Ha 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 ha. Hilarious. Right, anyway, let's start with the wood. Okay, let's start with the wood. And we've kind of allocated a sawmill just over here, which there is two forests nearby. Now, what we're going to have to do is kind of bring this forest to here to create the timber, or the plain timber, and then bring this all the way down to over here via a train. Now, I don't have to have frequent deliveries. It would be just nice to have one big delivery every so often that can just kind of bulk up these factories with the consistent deliveries that we have coming in from these ships. Now, it's going to be quite the thing to do, but it's also going to be a line that will make a lot of money. All I've got to do is bring it down here to connect to this line, which that line can then run all the way down to it. It's simple, but the terrain's a little bit tricky. So let's set this up then. We're going to kind of set this up in a way that will be quite friendly for us. We're going to start with some terraining. So we're going to use the flatten tool. We're going to up the brush size and the strength. And then we're going to flatten a little radius around that we can work with for the train's station's height. I'm actually going to reclaim a little bit of this lake right now, just so I can utilize the space around for it. Right, la-di-da. We're going to pause for a second and we're going to delete you. Hold on. Delete you. It should come from this maybe from a tunnel, so we might be okay there. And then train stations, so we go buildings, cargo. We're going to do 4 tracks, super long, because I don't want them to kind of be sharing any space right now. And we'll do it at a slight angle like this. So I'll sort all the training out in just a moment anyway. We're smoothing it all out. We're smoothing these vast mountain regions that I've now created. Like this. And we'll come back to it all in just a second. So, over here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to technically implement... If I delete this road for a second, both of these on one station. See, if I had, and it only needs to be a 2-track one, you like this. So if I kind of built this at an angle like there, if I edit the train station to be a little bit longer, so go platform-wise cargo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that enough to get a cargo building either side? So 1 there, 1 there. Just to then run a road that would go from here to connect to there. So that station does connect to that forestry. Run you up to here. Right, and connect. And yes, that station now connects to both. Hilariously, it actually does. So I'm going to run that road going all the way. Connection not possible, apparently. I'm not sure why. Oh, I keep it all on the ground. Or not. Or not, guys. Right, this is replacing the original road that I've just deleted. Apparently there's too much of a slope there as well. Right, bring that down. Like that. Bring this round, because that was running that way into there. Right, we'll leave it like that. Okay, so let me just configure the rest of this train station. Now, it's not going to hurt us in any way, shape, or form to have a really, really, really long platform. If anything, it works in our favor a little bit more. So if I just extend this... Oh, hang on, autosave's kicking in. So if I just extend this as long as we can, it means there's more room to store all the timber on the platform as it goes back and forth to the sawmill. Now, it's not going to be the longest of journeys, so there won't be much kind of being backlogged on here. And the tracks don't really matter that much because it's not doing high speed on the actual platform. So just do what we got to do there. All good. So it's only traveling to there is literally all it's doing. So even though I'm not doing high speed, I'll do high speed. And bring that to just about there on the old snappy. Now we are going to smoothen this area off quite a bit. So I will get rid of the unnecessary bridges on these glorious rolling hills. There we go. And then do the same here. Right, run this all the way down. And then we'll make this go on the inside connection. So if I naturally run it in, it goes underground and pops up. That's perfect. That is actually perfect. Now, I'll set it up with a Crissy-Crossy because you never know whether we're going to have multiple trains on the route. That way we can set up a back and forth. You just never know. So it just kind of future-proofs ourselves if there is vast quantities of wood that does need to be delivered. Right, so let's now just quickly terrain it. So it's not as ridiculous. Let's just, terrain this little area. There we go. And then, just over here. Do this area a bit more. There we go, there we go, there we go. There we go. So then we've got to run a line going up this way to here. So if I just initially place you there, I've got to get this to connect into that. And you follow suit down to there. So this road that I got deleted originally can now be placed back in. And then we're back in business. So for this one, I'm going to do the crisscross. I'm going to do the crisscross a bit further down. So I know there's going to be no issues on the bend. Okay. Let me just get some signals quickly implemented. So we'll have one there. For these ones, one goes there. We'll do a set in the middle. And then one goes there. So, in the meantime then, we can already get this bulking up its goods. So, we'll get buildings, we get the rail line. And if I just quickly rotate this around just here. Track-wise, I'll bring this in, hits the crisscross, goes where it needs to go. I'm just going to run this. If it will allow me. Into there like this. To kind of then just merge in. So I can get the train on its tracks. That's all I need to do. So, without further ado then, let's just get this rocking and rolling to begin with. Utilise both sides of it. And then buy a train for it as well. So, do I go diesel or electric? Diesel is obviously the most polluting way, but also the cheapest way in terms of our yearly expenses on the actual engine. Now, that has a little bit more better. No, that has better tractor power. We're going to go for this one. And then cargo, we're just going to go all out on these flat car side stakes, 300 capacity. So I think we'll only need one for now. Let that do what it's got to do. So while the time I'm building the other one, that's already going back and forth, not only making money, but delivering to the sawmill. So this has now got to pretty much run in a straight line, which I don't fully know how it's going to do all this. So crosses over there, which is completely fine. We do a bridge, a high-speed bridge. There we go. And then continue to run this straight to there, where it's then going to run parallel. I don't want it to share the same line because I want to keep it all completely separate. So from this, I connect to there. So it completely, I don't think it'll go to that speed, but it will maintain the speed that it's currently on to maximize the efficiency of the delivery. All the way across and straight in to there. Right. So that, as of right now, is connected just to here. But I need to switch it over because eventually when it gets onto here, it needs to be on the outside of the tracks to lead in to this connection there. So if I just initially run this through and around, right, we're going to have to create at some point an underpass. So let's just bring that to there, and then we'll kind of negotiate that as we get a little bit closer. Right, is that going to snap in to there? Yeah. That should now snap in. Where did we get it to go to? Just there. And then just run both of these now in. And then quickly sort out a crisscross. Now, it's quite a long distance, I'm not going to lie to you. We can get multiple trains on the go to increase the frequency and the rate of delivery. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Right, so if can I make it go through this? I can. Just to give us a little bit more space. And what I'll do is, right, that's a bridge there, isn't it? So track constructions. If I spin this right round, that would be implemented there, and then it's underground. Now, obviously, Oh, let me delete that. Now, electrified. I want high-speed tracks. There we go. Now, obviously, it's on the wrong side right now, but it's just enough to kind of pull us away because it won't stick to it. You've got to kind of bring it away slightly. And I reckon we're going to have to... transition it from a distance. There we go, to maintain the speed. Again, don't think cargo tracks will get to this speed. And then we've got to somehow, right, because this is going to run, this is going to have to go underground around here at some point. So if I build you, delete this one. And then the construction of the tracks go there. That's now underground. So from this point, I've got to get it to run to over there. So I could naturally just make it do a straight line because the depth is enough that it goes under the current tunnel, maintains speed that I need it to do. Going through all of this and then leading to just there. And then I've just got to connect that up to there and we have a dedicated line for the timber or the wood. So it does come across that area. Oh, is it built a different style of bridge? Yes. Let me just quickly upgrade the bridge for speed. Right. Yes, we've got to do a lot of signals. Yes, we've got to do a lot of signals. Now, that is placing wood down. So you won't get the full delivery of wood yet until this knows where it's delivering to. So if I build a new line from here all the way down to here, this is quite some distance, but we will make it will be a big money maker. Right, so this is... Sorry, this is 1 and 2. No. It's on the wrong one, isn't it? Right, that works. This is this and this. Let me double check over here right now on this one. Yeah, it's up there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then we'll buy one train for it to begin with. So if it's diesel, top speed 160. If it's electric, top speed. If I do it by speed, speed. The best one's 200. The best one here for speed is 160. So electric, we are going a little bit faster. So we'll go electric. Cargo. Via speed. We can only go once. Oh, we can only go 160 anyway. So you might as well kind of then stick to diesel. It's cheaper. Right, there we go. So you're limited via your cargo. So 300 capacity by you, put you on, then this line. So at least, we won't be doing the signals yet. At least it's then producing. This will then start demanding more from these forests. So you start getting more on the platform. Right, let's just quickly do the signals, because then the signals are pretty much then all set up for when we eventually implement additional trains on that line. Right, boom, 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 boom. All signals there. Might as well stick them all in a line. And we'll then implement here and here. There and there. And then there just for that. Right. So those 3 machine factories are now going to get a nice delivery of wood coming in. So it will be infrequent, but it should be enough to kind of top up the 3 factories while we get in consistent deliveries of the ships. So that's now coming out. There's not going to be much here at the minute. So the first delivery is going to be pretty weak. That's bulking up with what's on there. So this will all take time. This will all take time. So we'll go in fast forward mode, or whatever you can consider fast forward mode at this point, and allow them to do what they got to do. So that's enough for it to keep them producing more machines, to have more frequent machine deliveries coming in. I don't think we're struggling too much, but it helps out the plane routes and having a consistent supply, but also helps out the ship routes as well. It means the ships will go back more often, filled up as well, so that line will make more money. So here's the finances. Is that on the ship? The whole shipping line itself, that should increase its revenue as well. So that takes care of the machines, frequent deliveries to Calcutta, but now it needs more steel to keep producing more goods, because it's what we lack quite often. So over here, like I said, we have a couple of options for steel. Now, we need to make a delivery of steel here. My options are, to be honest with you, if I could feed this, I could ship it down on a boat. I honestly could ship it down on a boat. We are slacking on the ore, but then again, there's another ore just over here. Right, okay, let's figure this one out. Because the other alternative is you got to bring a train in, which I don't want a train to share a current line. We do have the ability to drop off goods. It's not the end of the world if it has to share the line, but it's going to be quite a lot of trains coming in. So if I can lead it up to there, which will make good cash, and then we could ship it down. But then I've got these bridges in the way, which will hinder my shipment lines, routes thing. That's the other side of it. Unless we feed it all to this, bring this down to one of the shipping areas here, and the ship carried it up. But it'll be so much quicker via train though, wouldn't it? I could get it to share one of these lines. We do have a bypassing route, though. Right, we're going to do it all via train. We'll do it all via train. And we'll pick this one here to have it all. Because we've got 2 coal nearby. We've got an ore nearby and an ore just there as well. So we could hopefully set this up quite nice. Right, okay, so if I build a cargo train station, and we'll do 4 super long. No, we'll do 6. Okay, we're going to do 6 here. And we'll build it like this. So if I put it... No, that's not the right way to do it. If I put it just like this, if I quickly edit the building, cargo buildings, go big boy at the very end here, and all I need to do is have a road connect from here to there. That station touches it. That's all I really care about, okay? Now from that, I've got 2 sets of lines. My outer lines here will be the lines that connect to this main line. So where we have the crisscross happening just here, if I could bend that out like that. So build you. Delete that signal. And follow you up. It's already done the crisscross because the crisscross takes place there. We'll just set the signals up in a different position. There we go. And I'll implement that one there if it has to wait, if the cargo train's coming in. That's the line that delivers the steel to Calcutta. That's done. That's the easy part of all of this, okay? So we can have then deliveries coming in. So we're going to set up. And this might be really annoying to set this up because the way that they're all positioned. Right. We're going to have to delete this road here. For the sake of implementing. Building, we'll do 4. There. Here, I'll do 2, you reckon? We'll do 1. And then here, I'll do 1. Right, that's completely oofed this road. Which I'll rebuild a new road in its place. Now, I'm going to build this differently to how I would normally build it all. So we have a line going into there. We have a line going into there. We'll have this line. Oh, hold on. If I build that there, I had that line. Okay, it's not going to work that way. I have a line then going into here. And then this line. I'm going to have 4 individual trains. That might seem a little bit wild. But I'm going to have 4 individual trains. This is wild. This really is wild. Okay, so building wise, because I need to get the train depot up and running. This now needs to go into 4 individual tracks, right? There we go. This is stupid in many ways. In many ways, this is very stupid. But I can control it a lot better, couldn't I? This one's going to be the fun little issue. Oh, it does it automatically for me anyway. So this line here is the one that I have to now control. So this light green one, it only loads coal. This one only loads ore. So it's split between the two. So let me just double check that it doesn't connect to both of them yet. Well, where's the connection? Is it because the building's like too high? Hold on. Where's the connection for this? Oh, there we go. Right, wait for what it says. That should then connect to both. I wouldn't normally build it like this. Like, you would make it more efficient, but I can't produce too much steel because the planes have a certain capacity. Right, that is now... It doesn't look like it's connected, but it is now technically connected to it. That's connected to there. That's connected to there. All good. So the trains aren't going to be huge on these. So we'll go for these $1 million ones. Cargo capacity is not going to be that huge as well, so I'll make them a 100 capacity. It's all down to distance. So you're on line 19. You're on line 20. You're on line 21. And you're on line 22. So, we have even deliveries of coal, because the spacing is almost even, as you can then see. The ore is slightly a little bit more staggered. So what I'll do now is make this train on this line have a little bit more capacity. So if I edit this to be a 200 capacity, to compensate for the extra distance it has to travel. You know what I mean? And then what I'll do is I'll get that road that I just initially deleted. So if I bend up here, bend round, bend in. Oh, I realised I thought this was the underground bit. I'm looking at the wrong section here to go in underground. Oh, there we go. The road is back in between those two towns. So that's a little bit better for us. Right. So they should now be placing on their platforms their goods. Are they? Wait, are they not? Oh, I'm an absolute idiot. I've just realised what I've done. I'm an idiot. I've put the wrong carriages on there because I was thinking of the wood earlier. I'm an actual idiot. I'm an actual idiot. I put the wrong carriages on. Seniac, you absolute noob. I'm about to say they're not doing anything. Seniac, you absolute noob right now. Right, 21. Edit you. (22) Edit you. What an idiot. Right, now the platforms are putting the goods on there. Right, sweet, sweet, sweet. We're back to making money. So now we can create a new line that goes from here to here. And in Calcutta, it utilizes both platforms. Oh, it can't utilize both platforms because the cargo is only on one side. But this one it can. And there we go. Now, it can't drop anything else off because it doesn't share any other building. And where am I pulling the train from on this? We're going to have to kind of do the old switcheroo here as well. How am I going to do this connection? Oh, there we go. Okay, it works out fine. Works out fine. Right. Diesel. It's a short distance, so we go for what's cheapest. And then cargo-wise, we'll go... This is what I need for the steel. I was thinking this for steel, wasn't I? I'll do a 120, and then we'll kind of adjust it as needs be. I've got to rename so many lines right now. But now we can technically now start producing. Once we get deliveries coming in. We can then start producing. What did you just deliver? Are you picking up ore? Yes. Okay, we're all good. I was going to say then, we haven't had an ore delivery yet. But this will all take time. But now this will start demanding quite a bit because its consumer would be that factory when the planes take the goods back. Now, the goods planes, when they get to the Calcutta airport... So what they're doing is they're unloading goods and... Unloading goods and machines and then loading up steel to take back. That's what those planes are then going to be doing. So this connects to the airport, which is important for the transition of the goods. Oh, it's so long-winded, isn't it? It's so long-winded. All that just to make the planes make 20 million going back as well. They're going to make so much cash, those planes. Right, there's now actual steel on the line. So we've got to give this whole setup here time to now flourish. Okay? We're going to give it time to flourish. The line should bypass this station. It also should bypass that station as well for the passenger trains. But then it kind of has to share it on that last little journey. Now, does the cargo train have anything on board right now? It doesn't. So the first time it won't have anything to deliver. It's a bit awkward that we've got 4 lines set up, but hopefully once the delivery numbers have increased and this has leveled up, which does it have the ability to level up? Auto upgrade is now on. It should make some serious cash. So while that's all happening then, how is our wood route doing? The train is now heading back with 184 timber on board. Choo choo. That train there is now heading back. And I'm going to assume that this is not able to auto-upgrade. Now it can. When it has the ability, we're just going to get them transport numbers up. So that is now hurtling down at 145. Max speed's 160. Engines cap. Oh, engines cap and also the trailer cap as well. So has that delivered a full load jet? It's delivered some. But now it's going to deliver a lot more. More frequent deliveries of wood coming in, which means more machine production. Which you might then have to argue, it might be time, Seniac, to get a few more planes. We can get 2 more planes on this line. So this line in general, the finances are looking pretty healthy. And they're only going to increase even more. My only issue is the landing at Calcutta. I feel like we're going to need more stuff here. So I'm going to reclaim or some more land. Where's the flat? There we go. We're going to reclaim some land. And we need more passenger stops, more cargo stops. So as the plane's coming in, they're not waiting here. So we'll do another cargo terminal. And we'll do some more passenger terminals. Okay, there's only 1 more passenger terminal in. Other ones have to be on this side. I mean, I could split it either side. Let's just see how busy it does become. So when the main line gets to Calcutta, it's got another stop it can go to. When this one comes into Calcutta, there's another one it can go to. Another terminal. Another gate, I should say. It's another gate. And then the same for the cargo. So Calcutta, there's now 2 that it can go to. Very busy airport, boys. Very busy airport right now. The emissions are not very good for Calcutta. They're quite terrible, but that's understandable. It's understandable, guys. Big planes. Big planes. So now it's just time. You just got to give it time. So this is now delivering back 53. 66 is a full plane. But I got to wait for all these numbers to upgrade. And it'll start demanding so much more. Where's the big ore train anyway? That carries like up to 200. That carries a lot. Right. It's the waiting game. Oh, is that the wood train just delivered? So that would have been a nice little spread on that wood train. As another ship is arriving with 250 on board. So it's like having, at some point, it will be like having an extra ship coming in between. Oh, there's 2 ships right behind one another. That one's got nothing. That one's got 260 on board as well. So we could have no break in between the production of the machines on this. As this now gets delivered. There we go. No break in between. And there's another ship on the way. Behind that, there's another ship on the way. Behind that, another ship on the way with wood. So we got frequent deliveries now coming in with the help of this train as well. So how much is over here on this? 130 odd. And that would have got a delivery. So that would have... Oh, it's now leveling up. So that will now start demanding more wood. That's instantly amazing already. It's all systems go, boys. It's all systems go. Alright, hopefully that spreads out. Look at 19.7 on that plane. Is that the cargo train? Yes. Waiting to deliver the goods. The signal's on the wrong side here. There we go. So, this plane coming in, if the train can hurry up, this plane here might pick up some steel. But I don't know if it's got enough time. No, that train's got too long to get there. Yeah, that plane's now going. There's a cargo plane coming in. With nothing on board, that must have been... Wait, why has that got nothing on board? Anyway, that plane will be the first one to pick some steel up. That's left with 66. That's full. Wait, hold on. I'm confused with this plane. Why is it... Oh, hold on. Did the planes get confused when I adjusted the Calcutta airport? The planes might have got slightly confused when I adjusted the Calcutta airport. So that they've kind of gone back on themselves again. I think that's what's happened. Right, that plane then has got 53 steel on board. So that's the first plane that's going to be making money both ways. Right. Now it's got 83 steel to collect on this next one. Once them transport numbers have hit, it should eventually level up. Did this have time to now level up, by the way? It's now leveled up. It's producing at a faster rate, which means it'll be demanding more from these forests. This train can only carry 300 anyway. So, perfectly reasonable numbers still yet to go. So this should then have a lot more to drop off. Everything's working out pretty well. So that's in the blues a lot higher right now. These are all oh, that's now leveling up. That's leveling up because now we've got the frequent deliveries of wood coming in, which means more machines that can be produced. So another wood delivery is about to come in right now. But we are on top of it. We are on top of it slightly. So it all just demands more from everything. They've got the consumers there. No wood delivery just yet. Demanding so much more. And if I wanted to, I could bring more wood up from other places. I think there's well, there's a big stack of wood over there. I can kind of feed it if needs be, if it really does need more wood. Right, how's Calcutta getting on now, boys? How's that next train of steel? Oh, 108. That's quite a lot on board now. Still waiting for that delivery to kick in before it would hopefully then level up. Another plane coming in. That's one of our new planes as well, by the way. That's just dropped off. Made a grand total of nearly 20 million a flight. So it's 20 million both ways. Almost 40 million for completing a round journey on these planes. They are big money makers, these planes. Like I said, once I get the consistent delivery of steel coming in, it's a dangerous game. It's a real dangerous game. All right, steel delivery coming in. It'll be for the next plane, not this one. But the finances on this will eventually start making cash as well. So 3 milli there. Nice. And eventually when it starts taking full loads, it'll be so much more. Once it starts taking full loads, and I can then implement an additional train. So we're waiting for the plane to land that's delivering steel. It's not you, it's you. Wow, that's the perfect timing. So 15 million there, which provided a little bit more steel for this plant. Not much more, but it all helps, guys. It all helps. Which that's now fully loaded up and flying back out of here. And more goods can keep being produced. The circle of life. 240 on the way back for that train. 80 something already there at the minute. That's almost a full load. That's just, it's delivering more and more at this point. It really, really is delivering more and more. Right, how is Mumbai over here doing anyway? Is there too much wood on this? There's nothing. There is a wood train about to deliver anyway. There's a lot more machines now here. So let's manage this train and replace it with a nice little diesel. Cargo wise, we need the box car. So it was carrying 48 before. We'll now make it carry 100. Because that's the equivalent of 2 deliveries at a time. Now we'll do a bit more. There we go, replace you. So the other one is bang machines. How much is on this platform, the bang machines? We'll edit this. 120 capacity. It's only an extra 20, so we'll add a second train on it. Other line is the Bellary ones, which is another steam train. So replace this train. Cargo wise, so we'll do 120 on this. And hopefully we see some movement. The Mysore ones, we'll edit these and then add 140, no, we'll do 160 capacities, which is an extra 120 on the whole line in general. Right, there we go. There we go, boys. Bigger trains right now, bigger trains. Delivering more goods. Growing more of the cities. Right, that takes 160 on the Mysore line, which is just down here. Off that goes, and remember we edited this wood route? This is doing pretty good. A full train now going back. Sawmills are maxed out. Doing serious damage. Serious damage being done. The wood train has dropped off. So it's evenly spread again. Another big ship coming in. That ship's filled to the brim. We haven't seen a filled ship in quite some time. So it's going to make its way back up to here, which there is 178 on the platform. That's almost loaded up full as well. So this should level up again, which is great. And then Calcutta. Plane's taken off. No steel on board yet. Oh, the steel train is just dropping off. So a second train will increase the rate of deliveries, which will be more handy. But I've got to get this transport number up for it to level up. So I think I'm just going to naturally duplicate a second one and let that catch itself up a bit more. So they should be nicely spaced out, those frequent deliveries. That plane should load up some steel, which it does. 66. And then there's enough steel there for the next plane as well. Glorious, mate. I'm having a great time right now. I like it when all these plans come together. Right, we've got a lot of people on the high-speed train line wanting to go places, so let's duplicate 2 more trains for that backlog. Does this line make money? Just about. I think the more trains you add, the more difficult it becomes because it then does technically slow the line down a little bit more. Right, any steel on board? Yes. That will then increase the transport numbers of the steel plant. So this is starting to run out of steel. Like I said, but now we got a little bit of a frequent delivery of steel coming in some regards. So that can keep producing. Put the numbers into the blue. That's just dropped off a load of machines. Another plane coming in with more steel on board. So them 2 deliveries alone then will slightly increase the transport numbers here. But it's because it's such small quantities, it takes a while. And it's going to take a little bit of a while. Not much you can do there. Not much you can do. But another train coming in right now. The other train should be, on the way down. So we've doubled the rate of deliveries of steel. It might not be a lot of steel each delivery until it kind of ups the numbers. But it's getting there. It is getting there, boys. We'll be feeding that plant with steel in drips and drabs. There we go. Another percentage increase to 19. So that'll take some time, but it will eventually get it to where we need it to be. So you could argue the same thing for the wood line now. Where is it? It's just here. Which it's now picking up. How much does it pick up? Okay, so it's getting to the point where it's about to level up again, and it will need an additional train. So allow that to make some movement first before we add the next one in. That's going back with nearly a full train again. That will now start demanding as it levels up. And it's more about increasing the rate of the deliveries. More than anything. And that's all it's about. So let's just give this train a little bit of time to progress a bit more. Finances for this are really good. 27 mil. And hopefully we can increase that with an additional train. Right, more steel about to come in. Just waiting for... Oh no, it can go straight in because it just jumps on a separate line. Or calculate. You can still see there's more steel on the actual stop itself. So that plane will pick up, but that's going to drop off before that plane gets there anyway. Nice little delivery. Nice little delivery. Right, once this train goes past... Where is it? The train's just here. Once it gets to this bridge, we'll then manage the vehicle and then duplicate it. Because by then it should be nicely spaced out. It should be nicely spaced out then at that point. So it's just here, about to cross a road. There's the road. It's doing 125, 126. Takes a little bit of a while to get up to speed. That's the downside. We could have electric and have a bit more power to get up to speed a bit quicker. But it's not that much speed it's going to be increasing by. Right, as soon as it reaches that bridge, as soon as I see water in this picture, I'm duplicating it. Almost there. Almost there. And there is the water, boys. On the bridge. Duplicated. And that should come out of just here then. So by the time it gets out, loads up, turns around, that train should be at least over here, or at least making its way in. It's a bit of a long progress to get that big bulky train out of here. Right, so that should now have almost leveled up and then start demanding... Right, it should be able to produce more. That's the thing it will do, is it will produce more. So can we see it actually physically level up? Should do it any second now. So that now has an increased rate in production. which is handy for having that additional train on the line. These are still producing, which is good to see. So has this line made more money recently? I think it's still too early to tell, isn't it? It is still too early to tell. A lot more steel delivered. That train is now there. See, I mentioned by the time that this is just getting here, it's at the other station, so it's nicely evenly spread out. All right, that's good to see. You're now getting your delivery shortly, so you can produce more. Wait for this to drop off. In we go, boys. In we go. Choo choo. Bam. And that feeds it so much more. Right. Glorious. Now, before we end it, let's just go check how this steel plant over here is doing. Still got a long way to go to get its transport number. Once you get that transport number up, once we've delivered adequate amount of steel, it will then level up and then start producing more steel, and we'll have more frequent deliveries. So that is just something that's going to take a little bit of time. Next cargo plane can take a bunch of the goods, but there is another steel delivery coming in anyway. So this cargo line, finances are starting to increase a little bit more. Now we can start taking goods back the opposite way. And in terms of lines making the most amount of money, the plane line is our second most profitable line. Once this steel is in full force, delivering the most amount we can. Oh, there you go. The plane, I'm about to say, the plane line will be our highest profitable route, our most profitable route by miles. Right, that's going to deliver. Won't be full, but it's this train's just in time behind for this plane to also have some goods to pick up as well. Nice. Nicely done. So this is now on 45%. It will, that next episode, that should be done. Completely maxed out. We're laughing all the way to the bank, boys. All the way to the bank. All these goods over here should slowly be shifted as we've increased the size of the trains, which do mean that the cities that it delivers to would also be increased in size. Cash, money, moolah. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. The only issue we've now got is the cargo lines are now backed up with the commuter lines. We might need to make them a little bit separate or implement some bypassing routes into some of the stations. We'll sort it all out next episode, guys. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please smash that like button down below. Until next time, I will see you all soon. So goodbye.